is lesson 2 of a 3-lesson series I have with Cam. The first time that Cam and I met, we went over a few body mechanics of getting his hips turned when he takes the club away instead of swaying away with a little bit of reverse pivot. I also left Cam with a few assignments to go down and hit balls 3 times and then go out and play, and just kind of be aware of every time that he takes the club back that he's executing that turn away from the ball. So Cam, the last time we met, you know, the ball was kind of left, right, and you went out and played. How did that go? Were you having those misses, or were they starting to narrow down a little bit?
They were definitely starting to narrow down. I mean, the misses were instead of out wide, kind of more in, keeping the ball in play, and stuff like that.
And how was the distance? Were you picking up a little distance there?
I played. It was kind of cold, so I kind of took back the distance a little bit just because of the ball flight. In the cold, it usually goes a little shorter, but it went pretty good, normal distance for me.
Yeah. So for this lesson, you know, we talked the first time about all the lessons need to have kind of goals in mind. The first time they were definitely your goals, and since we've met and I've got to see you swing a few times, I kind of have an idea in my mind of where the next lesson is going to go. And so you should expect this lesson we're going to have another body mechanic, probably going to add a club mechanic in there, so how that club works in your swing versus how your body's affecting that club. So when we get started here, if you have any questions, I need you to make sure and ask me, because we're going to get into some of the more technical things. And so before we get started, do you have any questions for me as far as what to expect?
You just said like more like the club mechanics. So what do you mean by like what are we going to be focusing on today?
So a club mechanic is how the club is working in the golf swing. Like you can obviously have your body moving correctly, but if the club is not doing what we want, we need to control that golf club. So controlling that golf club is going to allow us to stop getting lefts and rights and chunks and hitting it fat. When we met last time, when we added that turn, you kind of started hitting it a little fat a few times. So hopefully this is going to help solve that problem. And when we get going, we're gonna have you hit balls, and then we're gonna have we'll definitely have a drill and some practice assignments for you to do to help you hopefully improve on that consistency. So from the last time that you played, what would you say? What's the goal for you for this lesson?
Definitely just to narrow the misses, just hit it more straight, I guess.
So when you go out and play, do you prefer a draw or a fade, or are you just the goal is just to hit it dead straight?
I've always hit a fade with every single club, just because I feel like my path is more like out to in, so then it just goes. But I mean, with my irons, ever since the lesson, I've started to every now and then I hit a draw. It's just the consistency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick a preferred ball flight, would you rather see a draw, or would you rather stick
probably
with
a draw?
Stick with that fade.
Yeah.
Right? There is a Christmas tree effect that if you miss on the right, I'll teach you to miss on the left.
Yeah.
And then somewhere in the middle there is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as we can narrow it down to small 5 to 10 yard fades or draws, that's gonna be the consistency that we're looking for. Because if you can be within 5 to 10 yards of your target every time you swing a golf club, you're gonna drop strokes off your handicap like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so with this lesson, lesson 2, we're going to work on, like I said, refining that move, and then we're going to get into maybe the short game aspect, distance wedges and things like that are related to the full swing, and how these moves that we're doing are still going to exist in the shorter 3/4, half swings, so that you can take that and put it through your entire game without some parts of it being good and some parts of it being bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's get started.